Ja, Dennis Mischitz habe ich hier bei mir, immer noch amtierender Vizemeister bei den Masters. Dennis, wie fühlst du dich?
Ich fühle mich sehr gut, geschlafen heute.
Und gut vorbereitet?
Einigermaßen, also dieses Jahr nicht so aktiv gespielt, aber gestern noch ein bisschen getestet und
ja.
Ja.
Was spielst du denn?
Also ich spiele die Weltteil Gabador.
Okay.
Ja.
Und wie performt das? Also wie hat das performt in deinen Tests?
Also in meinen 3-4 Spielen, die ich gestern gemacht habe, also es ist sehr solide, hat eigentlich gegen alles ein gutes Matchup und also allgemein ist es eigentlich sehr schwer, das richtige Deck zu wählen, weil es gibt sehr viele verschiedene Decks und aber die Weltteil Gabador ist eigentlich recht solide und
okay.
Ja.
Und du hast jetzt ein bisschen tief gestapelt, aber nichtsdestotrotz weiß ich, du hast ein Mindestziel dir bestimmt gesetzt. Und das ist was?
Also ich will eigentlich schon Tops erreichen. Also wäre schon so mein Ziel.
Okay. Aber selbst wenn das nicht klappt, so ein Event wie die Deutsche Meisterschaft jetzt im Vergleich zu vielleicht etwas kleinerem wie im Arena Cup, Regional sowieso, was ist das Besondere, was für dich so ein Event noch ausmacht?
Also auf der Deutschen Meisterschaft ist ganz klar, also das Event ist schon auch, also das Turnier an sich ist schon wichtig, aber man trifft auch Leute, zum Beispiel ich habe jetzt schon viele Leute getroffen, die habe ich erst vor einem Jahr gesehen, also einfach die Leute, man sieht sich jedes Jahr auf der Deutschen Meisterschaft, ist auch einfach ein Erlebnis und ja, ansonsten das Turnier natürlich.
Alles klar. Gut, dann wünsche ich dir viel Erfolg, viel Glück.
Dankeschön.
Und mal sehen, wie weit du es schaffst.
Ja.
Okay, danke.
Yep. Warte kurz. Okay. Sonst bin ich morgen heiser. Okay. Okay. Verstehe die Motivation. Man hört mich schon. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a very long day, but we are now here for the finals in the VGC Seniors Division. Our two competitors are already in the featured match area, just waiting for us to give them a sign so that they can start battling it out and see who is going to be the German and Austrian national championships in the VGC Seniors Division.
This is pretty cool because the winner is able to fly to America. This year's World Championships are going to be in Boston. He is going to be the representative of Germany, representing us at the World Cup. And today we see Batuhan Khan versus Emanuele from Italy. Batuhan is using a pretty standard sand team composition. He's using a Tyranitar, an Excadrill, a Salamence, a Sumaril, a Mungus, and a Rotom Heat form. And on Emanuele's side, we're going to see a Kangaskhan Rain team featuring a Kangaskhan, a Politoed, a Ludicolo, a Thundurus and Landorus, and a Aegislash. We are still awaiting the match to go up.
And I was just checking our clock, so if you look at the clock, everybody, I think you guys in the US, you're not awake as long as we are, but it is 10:30 here, Central European time. Most of the players out there have been battling it out for 12 hours straight. There's no lunch break in between. There's no break to grab a nice cake or something and relax a little bit. They have to fight on and on and on. And now here they are in the featured match area for the final, battling it out for Boston, for the ticket to go to the United States. And they will have to concentrate one more time on their big goal to become the national champion.
It's really hard to stay focused on a high level right now when you get to the finals, when it's already pretty late, when you have battled the whole day. It's exhausting, it's pretty wasting yourself, and now we are hopefully going to see the best senior matches seeing today. If you want to talk a little bit about the matchup, we are going to see a Rain team on this side and a Sand team on the other side. But the Sand team is pretty good prepared for a Rain matchup featuring a Sumaril and a Moongus.
We are hopping right into the team preview here. As you can see, we'll be watching Emanuele's screen. As you can see here, he can't hide his Italian origin with the tempo rimasto.
And Batuhan C, I can see, is Hydra, a very well-known Pokémon player in Germany. And among the nickname Hydra, he plays in the Bisa board. And I guess the crowd is cheering out there for our German representative. But there are also a lot of Italian guys out there.
I love to see a Tyranitar finally. I think in all those VGC matches we haven't seen one Tyranitar to hit the battleground yet.
Not yet, but Tyranitar is actually a really cool Pokemon. It allows Sandstream go up, which doubles the speed of the Excadrill, and the Excadrill can potentially Earthquake if there is a Salamence or a Rotom Heat next to it safely, but it is going to be another weather war we are about to see. Rain combating the Sandstorm, and both with abilities that double your speed.
And while it is already pitch dark out here in Stuttgart, these two weather wars will go on right now.
Oh yeah.
As Batuhan and Emanuele are starting the final match of the day for the VGC Senior Division Finals.
What are we going to see here? We see a Kangaskhan plus Thundurus on Emanuele's side, and a probably Mega Salamence.
With the Prepotenza di Brutalanda, this is Intimidate, I guess.
And the Excadrill called Stalobor in Germany. So, what are the options of the two players? Emanuele can potentially fake out the Excadrill and going for a Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice maybe, or Thunderwave into the Salamence slot. But maybe this play is going to to be a bit too obvious for Batuhan, and he is working against that play. I bet he's going to have the Tyranitar in the back and some sort of either a Sumeral or a Mungus to combat Rain, and this Thunderous a bit better.
Here we go. It is Salamence back to Batuhan, and he's replacing it with that Tyranitar, bringing up that Sandstorm to the field.
A shiny one, nice, here we go. And
also Thunderous has seen enough for now, getting back to Emanuele, and Landorus one more time, a Landorus.
Pretty good play from Emanuele. He now intimidates both Pokemon. The attack stat of Excadrill and Tyranitar is now a bit lower than it should usually be, and let's see what Mega Kangaskhan is going to do.
I was just about to say someone is going to attack, but no, even that Excadrill is going to protect. And Kangaskhan was trying to attack something. Well, it was Italian, so it was tough for me to tell, but neither of these Pokemon were actually able to deal some damage. Only Kangaskhan is taking a little bit of that Sandstorm damage.
He was probably going to fake out or do any fighting move into that Excadrill slot, but let's have a look.
Well, also on our deck list, if we look at that Kangaskhan, we also only see the Italian names of the attacks, so we will have to go by the battle animations once we see them to determine which attacks Emanuele is choosing here.
And so do you guys, I guess. Outside of the Italian players watching, it's pretty hard to figure out which attack was used. Cosa deve fare Kangaskhan? What is Kangaskhan going to do, I guess? So the matchup here, Landorus got a pretty good matchup, maybe fearing an Ice Beam or an Ice Punch from the Tyranitar. Maybe it's Scarfed, maybe some sort of Jolly Scarf, but he's going to bring the Salamence in to intimidate the Kangaskhan and Landorus.
We see quite some switches going on, always making use of some sort of ability when these Pokemon hit the battlefield, just like Salamence used its Intimidate or Sandstorm from Tyranitar. Tyranitar is protecting itself, Thunderous is coming on, and now let's see what Landorus is going to do. No, it doesn't connect with anything either, but the Sandstorm is now hitting both Salamence and the Thunderous.
That's a kind of popular tactic. If you do not want to attack with your Salamence, you just let it in normal form and do not Mega Evolve to keep that cool Intimidate ability. And once you attack, once you need to attack, you're going to Mega Evolve and get that superpower out of that Mega Evolution. And with superpower, I do not mean the attack, I mean the attack stat. Here we go. So the battlefield is the two Genies versus the Salamence and Tyranitar. Salamence is probably going to scout if the Thunderous is having a hidden power Ice or not.
So much for scouting. Here we go with Salamence now Mega Evolving. And Thunderous is using, I'm sorry, Landorus is using the Earthquake, dealing heavy damage to that Tyranitar. And a Thunderbolt coming out from that Thunderous, and it's enough to take down that Tyranitar before it can even move this round.
It was even a critical hit. We could have seen through the yellow animation. I do not know if it would have been enough if it didn't crit on that turn, but we can't tell because we do not know how bulky that Tyranitar is or how heavily it's trained into defense or health points, and we see the comeback of the Excadrill now being able to either Rock Slide, but it's pretty pressured by the Earthquake from Landorus out on the other field.
There's nothing to stop that Landorus from just continuing its Earthquakes here. I was wondering what the Salamence was doing last turn. I didn't see it do any move.
Maybe the Salamence got the Dragon move Draco Meteor, which
it might have missed.
It might have missed, yeah.
Ludicolo back in the game, first appearance actually, and a
Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave.
So
slowing down that Mega Salamence. Not very effective attack. I'm not sure what it was exactly.
I guess it was probably an Iron Head.
And Salamence was doing an attack on that Ludicolo, but it was not connecting with Ludicolo. I just was able to figure that out, but I wasn't able to tell what kind of attack it was. It was a dragon attack. You see, it's quite an international crowd out there with all these Italian and Spanish people here. We love having these international people come here to the national championships. It makes it so much more fun to meet all these new people and learn from each other.
Oh yeah, I like that very much as well. Here we got a Ludicolo, which can potentially pull off a fake out and make those two Pokemon protect, wasting another turn of Sandstorm and slowing down the Excadrill, therefore.
Excadrill now going into Landorus mode, pulling out this Rock Slide, and that's heavy damage to both of the Pokemon. Both are still
alive, and we see the Citrus Berry from Thunderous bringing back some health and probably living a weaker flying attack.
Oh, that's a critical hit dealt to that Salamence. And a Scald hitting that Excadrill, and this is super effective, bringing down that Excadrill. The second knockout on Batuhan's side.
He's now in a pretty rough spot with the paralyzed
Salamence. Is paralyzed. It can't move. Azumarill is his last Pokemon, a shiny Azumarill yellow that is.
Azumarill is kind of really cool Pokemon, but it got a really bad matchup right now, seeing that there is a Thunderous and a Ludicolo, both threatening it with super effective attacks, and Salamence is going to faint from almost any attack one of those is throwing at this Salamence. So Batuhan is in a pretty rough spot right now. I don't think he can recover from this, and Emanuele is probably going to take the first.
Here's the Aqua Jet. It's enough because it's a critical hit. Oh, and it's going down now. Only Ludicolo is able to move before that Salamence. It's going to take an Ice Beam, and it's enough to have that Salamence faint. Now it's only a Azumarill for Batuhan left to turn around this battle.
Once you're down to one Pokemon, fighting three Pokemons, there's almost zero chance
and it says
to get
Avanti
back.
Kangaskhan, and Kangaskhan is looking very good at this point.
And Kangaskhan will go Avanti in my opinion, if you ask me. Azumarill is trying to waste the fake out from the Kangaskhan, and
that's exactly what it does. And Giga Drain by Ludicolo, obviously not connecting with the protected Azumarill, but now Azumarill will have to go into the offensive mode. Don't think he's going to try and double protect.
No, he's probably going to go for the Aqua Jet into the Ludicolo.
Oh, it actually is, but it missed, and this is unfortunate. Oh, was that?
That was Double Edge, probably.
Oh, look at this, a lot of damage done, and now let's see how much damage. Oh, that's the second hit, and now Ludicolo is poised to take out that Azumarill, and it does with the Giga Drain. And Azumarill goes down, putting Emmanuel in front for this final match at the VGC Senior Finals.
So that was a pretty good win on Emmanuel's side. I'm really looking forward how Batuhan is going to recover from the first loss. The matchup is not that bad for him, actually. It's kind of equal. It comes down to the plays. We've seen some really good plays at the beginning. They both just checked around what is the other player going to bring, what is in the back, what are the items. That's pretty common in a best of three, that you try to get as much information as possible to have the advantage and upper hand in the second and third match. But we didn't see that much unusual informations. There was nothing really to scout for. We now know that Kangaskhan got Double Edge, for example. We now know that Azumarill got a Citrus Berry, and we now know that that Salamence is running a special set, but it got paralyzed really early, and that was kind of bad for Batuhan because Salamence was taken out of the game pretty easily due to that paralysis. So let's see what, I don't know what they are going to bring. I guess Emmanuel is probably bringing his rain mode once and bagging it up with the Aegislash. Maybe Aegislash is running White Guard to protect his Ludicolo from the Hyper Voice coming off from Salamence.
As we jump right back into the action to see what Pokemon both Batuhan and Emanuele chose for this second battle of the match. It's again Kangaskhan and Thunderous for Emanuele. And on the other side, Salamence putting its Intimidate to work and also that Excadrill.
Pretty good lead, actually, that Salamence intimidates the Kangaskhan early on. That Excadrill is probably kind of bulky because it has got very high HP. Salamence probably won't stay in for that long because I don't think he wants it paralyzed again. And it would have been an easy target. Fake outing it and Thunder Waving it would be kind of obvious play.
So far, both players seem content with their choices of Pokemon as they don't reveal any new Pokemon to the game just yet.
I guess that Emanuele is going to get into that Excadrill and maybe...
Oh, here we go. Salamence not being afraid of anything. Not even the Thunder Wave. Mega evolving into Mega Salamence. Kangaskhan is following suit.
I didn't expect that to stay in, to be honest.
Both players going onto the offensive side. And here we go. This is what we expected, that Salamence losing all its speed. Thunder Wave is paralyzing it.
Dragapult is probably Draco Meteor and it connects with Thunderous. Let's see how much damage.
Oh, it's taking half and the special attack is going down for Salamence and even the Citrus Berry. Thunderous, very bulky.
It's trained heavily into defense to live attacks like this. And Emanuele predicted a switch, which didn't work out as we could see by the resisted hit. And there comes the Rock Slide, which almost...
Thunderous hangs on just barely thanks to that Citrus Berry with 10 HP.
And now Salamence is again paralyzed, which was one of the keys to victory for Emanuele. Let's see how Batuhan is going to come back.
Oh, very quickly, both players have made their choices. Excadrill is choosing to protect this turn, while Thunderous is taunting that Salamence.
Oh, that was Swagger.
Oh, Swagger. It was Swagger. Look at this. It's now confused. Oh, Kangaskhan was aiming for Excadrill, but it was protecting Salamence.
Oh, he gets the attack off.
Tailwind.
He gets the attack off. The Tailwind coming from the Mega Salamence, which is confused and paralyzed. That is huge. That is a huge advantage. Putting the Excadrill ahead, potentially Rock Sliding both Pokemon, and we know what Rock Slide is well known for.
Now, if you're Emanuele, are you predicting a switch in the Salamence spot?
Actually, it's pretty hard to tell. The Salamence on the field has done its job already. It got paralyzed, it fired off one Draco Meteor, and it set up a Tailwind. So maybe he wants it to faint, maybe he wants it...
It's not switching out at all.
It's not switching out, but it's kind of useless right now.
Picking up the KO for Thunderous. Is Kangaskhan going to avoid the flinch? We'll see in a minute. Oh no, it flinched, and now he has Salamence. Oh, but Draco Meteor does not connect with the Kangaskhan.
As we told you, where's a Rock Slide, there's a way. Rock Slide is the move we see most flinching on the screen. And here we see Politoed entering the battlefield, setting up the rain. And Emanuele is in a relatively good spot right now because the Salamence has dropped its special attack already. The Politoed threatens that Excadrill. Kangaskhan can try to power up punch. But as we could see, it's a double-edged version, so maybe there is no power-up punch, just a low kick or maybe even some freaky stuff.
Excadrill choosing to protect. Maybe he's expecting some sort of attack coming its way. The surf.
Or surfing into his own Kangaskhan.
Oh, Kangaskhan is taking a lot of damage, and Salamence doesn't really care about that. Kangaskhan using the double edge. Now this time choosing Salamence. Oh no, Salamence just barely hangs on, and Kangaskhan takes all the damage. And Draco Meteor aiming for that Kangaskhan. Is it going to be enough, even though it has so much special attack drop? No, also Kangaskhan is still around. So we have two heavily damaged Pokemon just barely making it.
Well, they don't like to faint yet because it's the final of the VGC Seniors Division, and Pokemon want to play as long as they are able to, and they want to win this final. So the battle is still going on, and we still got the Tailwind up. We got the Rain now. I hope the Politoed is not locked into Surf, because it had to surf his own Kangaskhan again if it wants to use. Oh, and if it is actually locked, this is a really good play, because Azumarill is going to resist that surf.
Oh, the surf, and this is going to bring down Kangaskhan, but also Salamence. Azumarill is just taking a little bit of damage. And a 2-hit KO, unfortunately also Friendly Fire by Politoed on that Kangaskhan, and Salamence is also going down.
Really high costs on Emanuele's side. That Kangaskhan went down to his own surfs, and now Azumarill is sitting there eating those surfs for breakfast and potentially setting up maybe a belly drum which maximizes its attack, and then it can fire off very strong play roughs or aqua jets. And now the Rain is getting reset by the Sand from Tyranitar, and the Ludicolo comes in, but there is no speed double right now for the Ludicolo.
So Ludicolo is dancing his way here into the arena. Hopefully he has some dance move up his sleeve to turn around this battle, because it's 2-3 now. Batuhan at a distinct advantage currently.
The Ludicolo is making party because it's in finals. So we are going to see a fake out, I guess.
Protezione, my dear Italian friends. That's Tyranitar behind the protect. And again, not taking anything for granted that Politoed is using Surf, not connecting with Tyranitar. Azumarill only taking a little bit of damage. Oh!
When it takes it out,
What's the Giga Drain from Ludicolo? Has quite some dance moves. Azumarill going down and bringing the battle back to even.
This Ludicolo looks pretty offensive. It did really much damage. But now Politoed is locked into Surf.
Which might not be a bad thing now, looking at that Excadrill.
Look at that Excadrill. It can't really Earthquake those two. Ludicolo resists the Earthquake.
While at the
Tyranitar
same time
protected.
Tyranitar, exactly. The next protect from Tyranitar will be a 50-50 chance. So is he going to take that chance? We will see. No, he's going for the Rock Slide and trying to flinch either of the Pokemon. It's going to do a lot of damage.
Probably a double Rock Slide.
Surf is going to connect with both Pokemon, dealing super effective damage to both Excadrill and
Excadrill lives for one more attack.
But it just lives. And Tyranitar also choosing to Rock Slide. Oh, and both Pokemon live.
Oh.
Coming out the Scald to the Tyranitar, and also is still alive. That's amazing. 4 Pokemon just barely hanging on after that Sandstorm damage. Oh, but Ludicolo goes down to it, so it's only Politoed left on Emanuele's side, while there's still Excadrill and Tyranitar sitting at Batuhan's side. So it really comes down to speed now.
And I bet Excadrill is going to be faster than the Politoed, because its speed is actually doubled. Choice Scarf raises your speed by 1.5, and
Tyranitar is going on the safe side, just protect here. Smart move by Batuhan. And here we go. It's an Earthquake from Excadrill taking down that Politoed. We hear the crowd cheering. Well done, Batuhan, equalizing that match. We will need a third battle to determine the VGC Senior National Champion here in Germany.
And we are going to see the very last battle. A final going into a third match. Nothing special, because both players are very skilled players. They trained, I guess, very hard for this event. They both are probably going to fly to Boston. Who is going to be the national champion of Germany? Batuhan or Emanuele? The matchup is kind of equal.
Don't forget about Austria. We have that nice little country sitting there in the southeast. Austria, we are also celebrating their national championships. Obviously, now we're here in Germany, but this title, of course, is an international one. We could also see that Italian Emanuele taking down the title here in Stuttgart.
And here we got the team preview again, seeing again this Tyranitar, Excadrill, Salamence, Azumarill, Amoonguss, and Rotom. And it's pretty hard to tell what he's going to bring again. That Sand mode actually worked out. That Azumarill was a really good pick, but it didn't work out because it got surfed and Giga Drained to death. And Amoonguss is pretty good actually in this matchup as well. Only fearing the Kangaskhan, but most Amoonguss wear Rocky Helmet and are heavily trained into defense to stand up in Kangaskhan's attacks.
Now both players again made their choices fairly quickly. Are they still relying on the same Pokemon? It's Salamence and Excadrill again. Salamence making use of its Intimidate ability, and also Thundurus and Kangaskhan. So both players like their choices.
They really trust in their choices. They think probably this is the best lead in this matchup possible. And it's interesting if they are changing the plays. Do they think the opponent will think they're changing the plays? Are they going to do the same plays? I don't think that the Salamence is going to get paralyzed again that early, because you can fire off really strong attacks. You can set up the Tailwind that doubles up the speed, despite even having the speed disadvantage when the rain is up, plus Ludicolo on the field. So I guess Batuhan is looking forward that his Salamence is not going to get paralyzed again at this early. Kangaskhan is again threatening, but got intimidated, so maybe it goes out this time. Let's see what happens, and we see a Salamence staying in again.
There's no fear in Batuhan's eyes. He's mega evolving his Salamence again, not fearing the Thunder Wave, or he doesn't mind it. Kangaskhan is again mega evolving, also not thinking about switching out. And Kangaskhan using Fake Out this time on that Excadrill. Good move. It's flinching this time. And Thundurus, that looks like the Thunder Wave again.
Again, turn 1 gets the paralysis on Salamence.
Let's see if Salamence is able to move this turn. No, it's not. It can't move. So great first turn for Emanuele right there.
Batuhan is slightly in the back right now. The turn is kind of wasted in his eyes because he just got a Salamence paralyzed, couldn't move with Salamence. The Excadrill flinched because of the Fake Out from Kangaskhan. And now Emanuele is again in a really good spot. He knows now that the Draco Meteor from Salamence is not doing more than half to his Thundurus, activating his Citrus Berry, coming back to three quarters, and here we see a double edge from Kangaskhan into that Salamence.
And Thundurus also targeting that Salamence spot. It's almost enough to take down that Salamence, but it's barely hanging on. And now Excadrill gets the chance finally to use its Rock Slide, but Kangaskhan is avoiding it skillfully. Citrus Berry activating now for Thundurus, getting back a lot of its health. And Salamence again misses its Draco Meteor. That's extremely unfortunate. Salamence has not been doing any work this round so far. Very unlucky.
Not a good day for this nice colored Salamence this time. Excadrill is going to do a lot of damage again if it stays in. Maybe Batuhan is going to switch out that Salamence, or maybe he's just sacking it and
very tough break for Batuhan now that he's missed 2 attacks from his Salamence. It will probably go down to the next attack while Excadrill is using Protect. And Kangaskhan was aiming for it, but Thundurus looking at that Salamence and taking it down. So the first knockout of this game goes to Emanuele. Batuhan now down to 3 Pokemon.
Let's see what he got in the back. Maybe we're going to see a Amoonguss this time, which would be really cool against Thirsty, unless that Thundurus taunts it, and it can't use Rage Powder or Spore anymore, and only cares Giga Drain.
And again, Batuhan decides to bring his Azumarill. No new Pokemon on the battlefield right now. Azumarill now trying to turn around that match for Batuhan, as both players decide on which attacks to use.
I guess there is still a Tyranitar on the back of Batuhan, and he didn't want to bring it and let it go down to a potential low kick from Kangaskhan. Azumarill is threatened by the Thunderbolt and the Double Edge.
Well, but actually it's being switched out now. Again, Ludicolo doing his great dance move. It worked last time. And Kangaskhan aiming for that Excadrill. I can't tell what kind of attack that was.
That was low kick.
And now Excadrill coming back with a Rock Slide. No flinches this time though. And Azumarill with a Play Rough on the Kangaskhan, but Kangaskhan lives with 17 HP. That's important.
You have to be faster to flinch the opponent Pokemon. That's why we can't see flinches from a slower Pokemon, and only fast Pokemon use it. Usually Excadrill is kind of fast on the Sandstorm, and therefore Rock Slide is a good move on it. And it's now up to Azumarill Aqua Jetting maybe the Kangaskhan, or Kangaskhan going out to having another Fake Out option later on. Excadrill is going to only use 2 more attacks because of the Life Orb, and Azumarill is pressured a lot by the Ludicolo and the potential Giga Drain. This is a pretty tough situation right now, and kind of a key move to who is going to win this battle. And as expected, the Kangaskhan saves the last health for a second Fake Out later on.
Finally we see something new. It's Aegislash making an appearance here. We have Excadrill going out and Tyranitar bringing up that Sandstorm for Batuhan. And Azumarill and Ludicolo have yet to make their move this round. Azumarill is protecting. Now let's see what Ludicolo is aiming at. It's the Giga Drain, but it was aimed at Azumarill, so everyone's taking their time this round to switch out some Pokemon and protect themselves.
Yeah, pretty safe switches on this side and a pretty safe protect because the Giga Drain was kind of obvious. Now the Aegislash is in fear of a crunch or something dark from the Tyranitar side, but Ludicolo threatens that Azumarill a lot. And we were going to see the move again.
It's Aqua Jet coming Aegislash way, which is resisting it quite well. Tyranitar
used Assurance. That's why he used Aqua Jet.
Oh, amazing!
That was a really good play. A really good play.
And the Giga Drain now connecting with the Azumarill, but it's not enough to bring it down. And Ludicolo is recovering almost all of its health. Now that was a great move from Batuhan, bringing him back into this match.
Yeah, he had to use Aqua Jet to activate the side effect of Assurance, which doubles its power and therefore makes it able to KO the Aegislash with the Tyranitar. And now Batuhan is in a actually really... he's not in the best spot he could be in, but he's in a better spot like he was. That was a really huge play, taking the KO. Now Ludicolo is probably waiting for the Politoed to come in to set up the rain.
Emanuela opts to bring in that Thundurus now in the Sandstorm.
Oh, sorry, there is no Politoed in this game. Okay, what we see here, we see that Thundurus threatens the Azumarill, and we see the Ludicolo threatening the Tyranitar. So Batuhan is in a kind of defensive spot to win this.
Thundurus going for the Thunder Wave on Tyranitar. Oh, however, it's healing its paralysis using its berry, and an Aqua Jet coming out from Azumarill on that Thundurus. And another Rock Slide. This could be enough for Thundurus to go down. It does bring down Thundurus. And the crowd in here goes wild. What an amazing move. There is that Giga Drain, though, taking half of Tyranitar's health. And all of a sudden, the tables have turned. Batuhan is in a commanding position right now. Kangaskhan, with only little health, has to now try and bring this game for Emanuele, but this Azumarill is just threatening to it with its Aqua Jet, isn't it?
It is actually really, and the Kangaskhan is going to faint next turn because of the Sandstorm.
Protect coming out from Tyranitar here. Azumarill also protecting, smart move just to deal some more Sandstorm damage to both Ludicolo and Kangaskhan.
And now Emanuele is about to... Oh, Kangaskhan lives one more round of sand, which is actually really good for him. Batuhan tried to stall that out, and maybe potentially the Kangaskhan could have fainted. He does not see the HP points. He just guessed if it would faint. Batuhan got 3 Pokemons, whereas the 2 Pokemon of Emanuele and Kangaskhan is going to faint very soon. Azumarill can pick up the KO by a Aqua Jet potentially.
Oh, but this is a sucker. Is it a sucker punch? Yeah, that's a sucker punch onto that Azumarill. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not enough. Azumarill now countering with the Aqua Jet, picking up the KO on Mega Kangaskhan. So all what's left on Emanuele's field is that Ludicolo, which is taking that Rock Slide, which could be ending the game right there. And it is.
We got a new national champion in Batuhan. Congratulations from our side.
Ludicolo goes down. His last dance was just a tribute for Batuhan, who battled his way back into this match and now defeating Emanuele in a great, epic final 2-1. Congratulations, Batuhan. You are the new German national champion 2015 for the VGC senior division.
He played very well and probably better as we would have done. I like watching seniors as well because you see some really talented players as we have seen here. Batuhan and Emanuele both are really talented. They can show what they are going to show us. I think they are going to do great. They're both really playing on a high level. I didn't expect that, to be honest, but I've seen some really good senior matches at Worlds last year, and I was very, very impressed about the level, about the skill level they were playing at.
Now, if you think about the day behind us, we have seen a lot of action going on. The VGC also for the trading card game, it was a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
How would you rate the level of play you've seen today?
It's pretty hard to rate, I guess, but as later the day got, the better the players were. We have always seen really good players. We watched out for big names to see on screen. We watched out for really good players. We have seen a lot of good plays. We have seen really nice matches. I like to see best of 3 matches because there you can show what you're really going to do in the match. The best of 1 format can surprise your opponent. You can bring some funny team, as we have seen with the minimized team, which maybe just is relying on matchup. And before we are going to fall asleep on our stream, we are telling you that we have really good online coverage going on our website. We got articles written, we got teams there, we got team deck lists there, we got a deck feature. I guess you got a cool video featuring a deck feature,
Absolutely.
didn't you? We would be happy if you check out our website.
Check out AMIGO's website. You can see basically the address right behind us. So that's myorganizedplay.de. Make sure to check that out. We would also love your feedback on today's action and coverage. We want to improve our service to you every time. So that would be event.amigo-spiele.de. That's event.amigo-spiele.de. That's German, sorry guys, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. There's Google and everything going on for you.
And watch out for the Twitter. We are going to Twitter it out. I guess our team is ready.
And make sure to shout out some tweets, give us some feedback. We will be streaming tomorrow morning as well. And this is an announcement we will make for you guys. You can see that in the stream in front of us right here. There's a Twitter that the VGC Masters Top 16 will be starting at approximately 9:30 tomorrow morning. So check in a little bit earlier than this because we'll be streaming around that time. Now, before we wrap up the day, we were always scanning the hall for some nice pictures.
Oh,
for
yeah,
and
I
some
saw that.
nice videos. We have a big team around here that was taking a couple of pictures and also videos. So before you shut down the stream, make sure to watch our summary video with some impressions of Saturday, and also make sure to check back in on Sunday. From our point of view, that's all we have for today. On behalf of Sebastian Ernst, the whole technical coverage team, and me, Julian Schaaf, I say thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m.
Better watch out tomorrow. See you guys.
Well, there was a fake out. There is
We
an
flinched,
encore.
we-
We got
oh.
encored by Whimsy Scott. So there is a couple of
Whimsy
more words coming, because our technical guys, which we thanked a little bit too early, is not prepared for this.
I
They're
guess it
not
was a
prepared
lead
for
part.
anything. They would like to encore the whole night. They don't have to speak. Our voices are gone.
I
Our
want to
eyes
do
fall
a
asleep.
spore. I want to do a spore and
You don't
fall
spoil-
asleep.
Don't
yeah.
spoil that technical guy yet, because
Oh,
he has
no, that
to
one.
show us that impressions video. I'm not sure what he's doing. I think he's playing something solitary or something.
I guess he's playing Pokemon. We're at the
That
Pokemon
would be
event.
the game to play, yeah. But we are still in an encore. We are looking for his sign to finally have the impressions. That's the sign. We'll be looking at an impressions video of this Saturday. It has been an amazing day. Thanks again for watching, and see you tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m.
Oh, encore last 3 turns,
Well,
Julian.
I'm packing. I'm going. I'm not on mute. This is exactly what I said. We have an impressions video, but we're waiting for it. So you guys,
Hey, here we go.
it is. You can still hear us, so we are signing out. Peace.
Bye-bye.
realisieren, ich bin todmüde, aber morgen raff ich das dann und dann bin ich morgen der glücklichste Boy.